leads us to Sophie Cunningham, and it's getting ugly already out there. There was a couple of ugly fouls.
I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge, and when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. And so
3 flagrant fouls in one game against Sophie Cunningham? The Washington Mystics tried to turn a basketball court into a boxing ring, but they picked the wrong opponent to mess with. They thought they could intimidate her, break her spirit with hard hits. Instead, Sophie dropped 21 points and grabbed 8 rebounds while Caitlin Clark watched from the bench, taking mental notes on how to handle the physical play that's surely coming her way too. Kindly please like the video and subscribe to the channel to support us. You ever seen a team try to bully someone and it completely backfires?
So I saw Sophie Cunningham talk about how she is thrilled to join a supporting role next to Caitlin Clark and that she's playing on a stacked Fever squad.
The Indiana Fever, no Caitlin Clark today. They set her out with a leg injury. A lot of people not happy about that.
That's exactly what happened when the Mystics decided Sophie Cunningham was their target. The Mystics showed up to this preseason game with a clear game plan: hit Sophie hard and watch her crumble. They thought physical play would throw her off, make her hesitate, maybe even scare her a little. What we saw wasn't basketball. It was more like wrestling with a hoop in the background. The Mystics committed 3 flagrant fouls against Sophie in one game. That's not normal. That's not coincidence. That's a strategy, and it was ugly to watch. The coaches on the Mystics sideline didn't even try to stop it. They stood there watching, nodding, even seeming to encourage players to keep up the rough stuff. No, hey, let's tone it down, or let's play actual basketball. Nope. Their silence said everything. This was the plan all along. One Mystics player grabbed Sophie's arm and yanked her down so hard you could almost hear the pop from the stands. Another threw an elbow that barely missed her face. The refs kept blowing whistles, stopping play, reviewing footage, but the Mystics just kept coming at her. Hit after hit after hit. The Fever bench couldn't believe what they were seeing. Players jumped up in outrage every time Sophie hit the floor. Coaches were in the refs' ears. The energy in the arena got more intense with every foul. Fans were screaming. It felt like something was about to explode. But here's the crazy part. The Mystics' plan totally backfired. Sophie didn't break. She didn't start playing scared. She didn't back down 1 inch. Instead, every hard foul seemed to charge her up like she was plugging into some power source.
why would I not? Why not be a part of something great? You go from Diana and now you're going to a team who is going to be a contender for a championship. And so I'm stoked about this year. I'm really excited.
Sophie Cunningham, and I told you guys I had a feeling that she was going to really make her presence known. Talked about the 6th Woman of the Year. I don't know. I put it out there.
Her eyes got more focused. Her game got sharper. Her determination only grew stronger. Sophie later said it perfectly. "I don't start fights, but I definitely finish them." And finish it she did. Each time the Mystics knocked her down, she got up with more fire. She turned their aggression into her personal fuel. The harder they hit, the harder she played. While all this was happening, someone very important was watching from the bench. Caitlin Clark sat there taking it all in, watching her teammate battle through the physical play. She wasn't on the court, but she was getting a masterclass in how to handle the rough treatment that star players face in this league. The rookie's eyes never left the action, studying every moment of Sophie's response to the Mystics' failed intimidation tactics. What happens when you poke a bear? Sophie Cunningham showed exactly why targeting her was the worst possible strategy the Mystics could have chosen. With all that physical play coming at her, Sophie had 2 choices: back down or step up. She chose option 2, and wow, did she step up. Sophie didn't just refuse to back down. She went full beast mode after each hard foul. It was like every hit just made her stronger. The Mystics thought they could break her, but they ended up creating a monster on the court. Every elbow, every shove, every flagrant foul, it all backfired spectacularly. So what was Sophie's actual response to being targeted? She dropped 21 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, and played 34 minutes of fearless basketball.
79-74, 54 seconds left, Fever leading. And I don't know if they're going to end up winning or not, but Sophie Cunningham has been an absolute beast in this game.
For me, it's all about bringing the energy, making sure my teammates are good, always outworking my opponent. And if my focus is on those things, then the shots are naturally going to come.
She shot 6 of 11 from the field and even added 2 assists. Those aren't just good numbers, that's an absolute statement game. Every time Sophie got knocked down, she got back up stronger. After taking an elbow to the face, she just smiled and played harder on the next possession. She drove to the basket with more force, fighting through contact to make plays. She hit shots with defenders all over her. The Mystics couldn't stop her no matter what they tried. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was watching everything from the bench. She wasn't playing in this game, but she was getting a front-row education on WNBA physical play. The cameras kept catching her reactions throughout the game. That focused expression told the whole story. She was taking mental notes. Clark sat there with this calm, calculating look, studying both the Mystics' tactics and how Sophie responded to them. The coaches even glanced at Clark occasionally, checking how she was processing what was happening. They knew she'd face similar treatment soon enough. What actually happened between the Mystics and Sophie Cunningham? What started as a preseason game transformed into a physical battle that showcased the Fever's growing mental toughness. The Mystics' intimidation plan completely failed.
That leads us to Sophie Cunningham, and it's getting ugly already out there. There was a couple of ugly fouls.
I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge, and when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. And so,
Not only did Sophie thrive under pressure, but they accidentally gave Caitlin Clark a masterclass in handling physical play. Instead of breaking the Fever's spirit, the Mystics helped create a more resilient team. Sophie turned aggression into fuel for her performance. Clark learned from the sidelines. The whole team rallied around the situation. By the end of the game, it was clear this Fever squad isn't backing down from anyone this season. The Mystics wanted to send a message, but the only message sent was that this Indiana team is ready for whatever comes their way. The Mystics tried to bully Sophie, and it completely blew up in their faces. They wanted to be intimidators, but ended up looking like frustrated players who couldn't handle her. Sophie proved she actually loves chaos. Physicality doesn't bother me, it fuels me. That's exactly what happened. This Fever team is showing serious mental toughness.
Right there, you can see Sophie telling her after that flagrant, you don't mother effing do that. You don't mother effing do that.
we're building a sisterhood. We love each other, and we talk about it all the time. It's like our program is evolving. Our locker room is tight-knit. Of course, we can always be better, but I think our culture is definitely moving in the right direction.
Caitlin Clark watched everything with that calm, calculating expression, taking mental notes on handling physical play. She's preparing for it already. Teams thinking about trying these same tactics against Indiana better think twice. The Fever don't break under pressure. They get stronger, hungrier, and more dangerous.